there's parents out there like that found out their daughter was shot and bled to death in the desert, crawling a quarter of a mile away from where her uncle and aunt-in-law were fucking murdered.
Damn, dude.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking gnarly.
That's crazy.
Maybe I should have killed 400 or 500 people, then I would have felt better. Then when I felt like I really offered society something.
One part of my life, I have killed people for nothing. Just for somebody to look at me wrong, I would kill them.
You're an inhumane bunch of fucking living bastards and bitches, and you're gonna get your asses nuked in the end. And pretty soon it's coming.
Even psychopaths have emotions if you dig deep enough. But then again, maybe they don't.
All right, welcome to States of Crime, where we go state to state and we talk about true crime in each state. My name's Lachelle, and with me is editor, producer, my guy, my everything, my music guy, Ryan
Patrick! Yeah. What's up?
All right.
What's going on?
What's up? How's it going?
Chilling.
Chilling like a villain.
Writing songs like Bob Dylan.
No, you're not, because we just got done freestyling, and I know you can't write songs.
Oh, that hurts. Ouch.
I'm just kidding. Your actual songs are
Thank
good,
you.
but
Thank
your
you.
freestyling was terrible.
I'm working on it.
So, we're doing Arizona,
Oh, shit.
the 48th state.
And finally a state that we both been to.
I actually lived there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I lived there
Tight.
during the summers with my horrible father.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, if it makes you feel better, I went to a wedding there, and that sucked.
Where?
I have no idea.
I lived in Chandler, which actually...
I think it was Phoenix.
Was it Phoenix?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, God. It's so hot there, dude.
It sucked. We went there. We went, and we got there at night, and it was still, like, it was okay, you know, probably about like 80 degrees at night.
Yeah.
And then I was thinking, like, you know, cool, we're gonna wake up. It's gonna be really nice and cool in the morning, because we were leaving early. We were leaving early at like 7 a.m. and I expected to walk out of the air-conditioned hotel and everything's fine. Dude, we walk out, it's like 90 degrees at 7 in the morning.
Dude, an air-conditioned, like an ice-freezing air-conditioned bedroom or room or home or anything reminds me of Arizona, because it has to be ice cold for you to tolerate the outside.
Yeah, I can't believe there's not more serial killers in Arizona.
That's a pretty good amount.
Yeah.
Actually, my only memories of Arizona, first off, everything in Arizona is fucking poisonous.
Really?
Yeah, the bees, the ants, everything.
The people.
The people are extremely poisonous. And also, I remember just catching lizards and tearing their tails off. That's all we used to do as kids.
How old were you when you were there?
Like 7.
Oh, okay.
Between 5 to 10, because then my dad went to prison.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know, hey, it happens. I was thinking maybe you were like a teenager ripping tails off of lizards. That's a little weird.
No, as a kid.
Okay. Right. It's acceptable.
I mean, torturing animals is a
early
sign of serial
that's
killers.
that's a red flag, right?
Yeah, it's
should
a red
I be
flag.
Considered? I mean, should I be concerned?
Should I be considered?
Sorry, I had a few before this.
I should be considered. You should be concerned. Slightly. No, Arizona is a really hot state, but honestly, you know, it's the Grand Canyon state. It's got a lot of natural beauty. Arizona. Gay. Anyway, Arizona actually is one of the only states that can have the lowest temperatures and the highest temperatures at the same time.
Whoa.
Yeah. It's actually also the most mountainous state in the whole country.
Really?
Yeah, it over mountains every
Damn,
other
dude.
state.
Goddamn mountains.
So you want to talk about what we're drinking today and then hand me one of them?
Finally, please. So we're drinking Santan Mr. Pineapple beer here.
Brewed in, I think it's brewed in Chandler, Arizona.
Yeah, it definitely at Bevmo, it definitely labeled it as an Arizona brewery brewed in Arizona. So
well, I googled it first. Do you want to tell everyone how hard it was to find an Arizona beer?
Dude, so we called around a couple places, went to one place, like a craft bottled beer place that's like specializes in export beers from other states or even other countries. And we go in there and all they have is like some weird Arizona mead.
Yeah, some mead that was $50
$50
per bottle.
And it was like it wasn't even that much.
And I'm sorry, but I might be white, but I don't have that privilege of buying $50 mead.
I'm not this isn't. Who drinks mead? What is this? A Renaissance fair? Honestly.
So I actually learned recently, mead actually ferments in your stomach.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm not on mic.
Well, you're not on mic, but he said, "Oh, really?"
Sorry, it was getting a little too hot for the denim.
You fucking hipster.
So, cracking beers, bruh.
Cracking beers.
By the way, for all you listening out there, you're not allowed to crack beers until we crack beers. So, that's a thing. So,
you drink when I tell you to.
Yeah, this is a 5.0 beer here, 5.0 alcohol, ABV, alcohol by volume. We had to look that up. It specifically says Mr. Pineapple Heat Beer.
It says wheat beer. You're missing the W.
Oh my god! Well, the W's fucking. I thought that was gonna be like a cool Arizona thing, like heat beer.
So it says Mr. Pineapple wheat. A stylish wheat with a tropical personality, infused with fresh pineapple juice from fair trade Costa Rican farms. Takes traditional wheat beer and adds some seriously cool character, aka Mr. Pineapple.
Oh yeah.
It foams kind of a bit. Like, look at that head. So much head. See, I even poured it like you're supposed to pour a beer. Look at all that.
I know, it's extra foamy for a homie, dude.
Extra foamy for a homie.
Damn, dude.
Also, can you reach behind you and open the recycling bin so I can throw this in
don't
there?
tell me what to do.
I just wanted you to open it so I could throw it.
Done.
All right, so let's get into talking about Arizona. So, wait, are you? Actually, let's try the beer first.
Yeah, let's actually try the beer.
I'll let you take a sip of mine since yours has
mine's
so
still
much
foaming.
head. Okay.
So much head.
So much head, dude. It's actually really good.
Is it?
Yeah, it just tastes like pineapple juice, really.
Whoa, it does.
Dude,
Holy shit.
I kind of love this beer.
Whoa, what?
Shout out to Santan, dude.
Wow, that's refreshing AF.
Yeah. We actually were going to get, what was the other one called? Kilt something?
Yeah, it was like was a Scottish ale or something.
Yeah, it
like
was a
that?
Scottish ale, and
Yeah.
you're like, you know what? Let's get this one. It's more refreshing sounding. And you're fucking right.
Wow, it actually, yeah, it does. It definitely has a really strong pineapple taste.
Yeah, I honestly thought the pineapple was going to be like a very mild taste, but it's very pineapple.
Like how LaCroix is.
LaCroix tastes like you take a sip and someone yells the flavor from across the room.
Exactly.
Yeah, you told me that one.
Yeah, and then Reddit told me that before I told you.
Thank God for Reddit. Do me a favor, push those beers down into the ice so they can be cold. Mine's not very cold. Oh, goodness. You went above and beyond with that. All right, so let's get into some facts about Arizona. So, the bolo tie is the official state neckwear.
No.
Do you own a bolo tie?
I don't, and I never will.
I disrespect you for that.
Absolutely. You disrespect me if I did own one, or if
I disrespect you for not owning one and not being willing to own one.
No, never. Sorry.
Bolo ties are so hot. That was a lie.
That's some hick shit, dude.
So Arizona has a law called the Stupid Motorist Law.
Really?
Yeah. It's a law that states that any motorist who becomes stranded after driving around barricades to enter a flooded I had a margarita and a couple shots before this.
What up? With a pink pussy.
Yeah, I had a pink pussy shot. A pink pussy,
Pink
bitch.
pussy.
And then we had a shot of tequila, and we also had 2 margaritas.
Yeah. We have a problem.
It's not a problem.
It's a solution.
It's a solution. Way to quote that song.
Thank you.
Anyway, so it's any motorist who becomes stranded after driving around barricades to enter a flooded stretch of roadway may be charged with the cost of their rescue.
Oh.
So pretty much if there's like a barricade and it's like, hey, this part's flooded, and you drive around it and get stranded, you have to pay to be rescued.
Wow. What if you're like, nah, I'm good.
But
I'll wait it out.
The thing that I found funny about this is that it's called the stupid motorist law. It's like, you're stupid for going around a barricade, you stupid.
Like it's officially called that?
Yeah, it's called the stupid motorist law.
Wow.
Like that's
Like
the
on
name.
paper?
On paper.
No way.
It's just kind of condescending.
Yeah.
Okay, so they have the largest percent of an... Dude, talking is so
Use your
fucking
words.
hard.
Use
I
your
have this
words.
problem every time we podcast.
I know.
So Arizona has the largest percentage of Native American land.
Really?
Yeah, nearly 1/4 of the state is Native American land.
No shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's called the Valentine State because it became a state on Valentine's Day.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's the... Not only is it the Grand Canyon State, it's the Valentine's State. So, you know, the next Valentine's Day, let's not go to Arizona because that's gay.
Well, you hate Valentine's Day.
I do hate Valentine's
You told
Day.
me specifically that you didn't want to celebrate it.
Yeah, it's a bullshit holiday.
Yeah.
And this one's kind of fucking interesting. So Arizona has more boats per capita than any other state.
Arizona?
Yeah, Arizona. It's not even a coastal state.
I was gonna say what body of water? I'm gonna sound really dumb
Well,
right now.
there's Lake Mead, there's Lake Powell. There's a lot of lakes out there, but I guess they're closer to the coast than other states and have a lower cost of living. But yeah, they have the most boats per capita
Wow.
than any other state.
Interesting.
Yeah, I thought that was really interesting considering they're not a coastal state.
Yeah, that is really weird. I mean, I guess they all just like are super into vacationing.
Dude, this is so fucking good.
Dude, the beer is great.
I am so impressed. So impressed. We actually, how long did we, it was like a 30, 40-minute
It's
drive for us to get
about
this?
a 25-minute drive to get the beer.
Yeah,
There-
my Google Map said 28 minutes.
Yeah. So it took about close to an hour to get this beer.
Yeah, so that was driving there and driving
There
back.
and back, it was about an hour, yeah.
But I have no regrets because it's fucking delicious.
No regrets.
No regrets. Before we move on to our missing person, I just want to point out that Arizona is very proactive with their missing people.
Really?
Yeah.
You're not gonna follow that up with anything? It's just like, hey, here's a fact. I'm
Yeah,
not gonna
no,
tell you anything else.
I just forgot to breathe for a minute, you know?
Just breathe.
No, so they have a Missing in Arizona Day, which is in October. I believe it's October 21st, but I couldn't find the exact date. The last Missing in Arizona Day that I could find like a report on, they found 2,000 reported missing people and then 1,500 unidentified people.
Wait, they found 2,000 missing people in one day?
No, they didn't find them,
Oh.
but they found that they had.
Oh, okay. I got you.
2,000
Okay.
missing people reported. And that's only reported.
Yeah.
Because there could be, for the fact that it's like the Grand Canyon and everything is out there, I'm sure they have more people that may be missing. I don't know.
Dude, you know what's
that
crazy?
Are reported.
This is what's crazy is that for all the missing people that are reported out there, how many people are missing that are never reported?
Well, see, and that's like people who have a transient lifestyle, who they're like, parents are like, she's got a transient lifestyle. Who knows where she is at this point? And they could be missing, dead, da-da-da.
Or what if you're like, a little older, your parents are dead, and you don't have any kids or really any relatives or friends, and you just kind of like disappear?
I really feared that when I moved out here because it was just me. And, I was doing Airbnb.
Yeah,
And I
but
was like, I could die.
at some
and
point,
no one would notice until like my upstairs neighbors realize it started stinking.
yeah.
And then that's why I don't have a lock on my phone. Because if I like die unexpectedly.
Yeah, but I mean, eventually your mom would, report you missing.
Well, yeah, she report me
yeah.
missing. She knows all my tattoos. Anyway.
Yeah.
But they have 1,500 unidentified people in Arizona.
Really?
That's a lot of unidentified people. That's a lot, Jane and
like
John Doe's.
Unidentified missing, like
no, that's
bodies
people
they
that
found?
they've found. That's 1,500 Jane and John Doe's.
Whoa.
That's a lot
Yeah.
of people that like don't know. Yeah,
Wow.
it's. Whoo.
That's crazy.
Okay, so now that we're done talking about the missing people in Arizona, let's talk about a missing child.
Oh no.
Yeah, I know you weren't looking forward to children.
No.
So her name was Isabel Cieles.
Cieles.
I don't know, when I heard it on the call, they say it way prettier than I do.
Cieles.
Yeah, in like a Mexican accent.
Yeah.
So 420.
Oh, smoke it up. 420.
April 20th, 2012. Isabel was in bed around 10 p.m.
Okay.
And the next day, April 21st, her mom, Rebecca, was already at work, and her dad, Sergio Cieles, called 911 around 8 a.m. During the 911 call, he's super calm. He says that his son found the window open without a screen. He went in there. He went in there and realized his daughter was missing, woke up his two sons, and was like searching the house. And then his 14-year-old son went back into the bedroom, realized that the screen was off the window and the window was wide open, and was like, this is a problem. So that's when Sergio called 911. He claimed to have been woken up around, Sergio, the dad, claimed to have been woken up around 5 a.m. and then go to bed. He was asleep on the couch, woke up around 5 a.m. for no reason, and then went to bed with his wife, Rebecca. The neighbor claims to have woken up around 7:30. Or 6:30, sorry. The neighbor claimed to wake up around like 6:30 a.m. Her dogs were barking, and they don't usually make a nuisance for no reason. What are you wasping
There's a
at?
fly flying around, dude.
Like a little,
Like a little fruit fly.
Okay, you just keep like
Well,
grabbing at me. I was like, "What are you doing?"
I'm worried it's gonna fly into our delicious pineapple beer.
Dude, it's so good.
Yeah.
Anyway, the neighbor claimed to wake up at 6:30. Her dogs were barking. There's a nuisance outside. She said she heard people talking outside, but it wasn't like yelling. Like there wasn't like a problem outside. Like they weren't yelling. They weren't doing anything really too alarming.
Mm-hmm.
So she just went back to bed. And then Rebecca, the mom, went to work around 7 a.m. And this girl went missing for 5 years.
Whoa.
Yeah, she's missing for 5 years. So that's 2017. The dad was mad that they spent so much time on the family, which was 3 days. They called in the FBI, like profilers and everything, and they spent 3 days on the family. And the dad was like, "What the fuck? You should be out there looking for my daughter." And when they brought the FBI in, they did the, what is it called? It starts with the L, detects blood, whatever. They found blood on the floor of her bedroom.
Whoa.
They found shoe prints outside and blood on a shower curtain.
What?
And then they took the family's Toyota, I believe it was a Corolla, Toyota Corolla, into evidence, where they found a shower curtain in there that had, like, they found blood on the door and on the windows, and My thing is they also had two sons, a 10-year-old and a 14-year-old that play baseball. And so it's like, that doesn't have to be from Isabel Cialis, you know? So they're like, they kept this Toyota as evidence because it had blood in it. But, you know, they have 3 kids, 2 boys and a 6-year-old girl.
Yeah, but I mean, as soon as a parent sees blood stained on a car, they're gonna clean it right away. You know, even if one of the sons scraped their knee during practice.
It wasn't like stains. They did the like black light kind of thing. I don't even remember what it's called, but they did like the testing, like they swabbed the door and stuff and found blood in the car. But like I said, a 14-year-old, a 10-year-old, and a 6-year-old girl, there's gonna be blood in the car.
Is there?
If they were ever taken to the hospital for an injury,
oh,
sure.
Okay. Yeah.
They didn't specify like where the blood came from.
They didn't say it was fresh or not.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't like there wasn't like brown stains or anything. It was like the black light.
Oh, okay.
It's called like Lubriderm or something like that.
I know what you're talking about,
yeah. Yeah. So they spent so much time on the family. The dad was pissed about it. The Toyota is in custody. At one point, the parents suggested a family member knew details about her disappearance, but they refused to disclose what they knew.
Really? Why?
I don't know.
Huh.
No one knows.
Weird.
But it's stupid.
Why would a family member have information they wouldn't disclose it?
I don't know. That it does not make sense. Over the 5 years, they followed 2,200 leads.
Holy shit.
That's a shit ton.
Yeah.
They suspect it could have been a stranger because the night before they were at a baseball game for one of their sons. And so they're like, it could be a stranger that followed them home from the baseball game and decided to take Isabel. They suspect maybe a family member. The biggest suspect when it came to maybe it's a family member was an older cousin. He was under suspicion.
Under suspicion?
He was under suspicion because he left town 2 weeks after her disappearance and immediately lawyered up.
Really?
Yeah.
No way.
He was like, don't talk to me unless it has to do with my lawyer.
Holy shit.
So the dad was under suspicion from the get-go. So right here, so like I told you, he fell asleep on the couch, which was not a often thing for him, which he admitted, the mother admitted. They were like, that's not something that happens all the time. They had 3 dogs, and none of them were disturbed that night. None of them woke him up, he says.
Didn't the neighbor report hearing dogs, though?
The neighbor had her own dogs.
Oh.
And her dogs caused a problem for her. And here's the thing, it's so he went into the room, saw his daughter was missing, right? Starts searching the house. His 14-year-old son goes back into the room, and he's the one that notices that the window's open, the screen isn't in the window anymore. The son is the one that notices all this, which I think is fucking weird. That's weird, right?
Why would the son go in her room?
Because he's helping look for her.
Oh.
So Sergio, the dad, opens the bedroom door, right? Realizes Isabel isn't in there. Goes and wakes up his 2 sons and is like, we need to find your sister. And they're all looking through the house. The 14-year-old looks back in the room and sees that the window's open and the screen isn't in. So tell me, if you had a daughter and you open the door, realize your daughter wasn't in there, would you notice the window is fucking open and it doesn't have a screen anymore?
Probably.
I feel like that's weird that he's like, what? She's not in here. Let me go get my sons. And he doesn't look up and realize that the window is open without the screen.
I don't know. He might have just been kind of seeing red and just kind of where's my daughter? Not being able to, kind of really see attention to detail.
So this is where I'm going to show you the 911 call.
Okay.
Because he's so calm. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Tison Police Department. Gebhardt.
Hello, I need to report a missing child. I believe she was abducted from my house.
Okay, how old?
6 years old.
Okay, is it your daughter? Or
Yes.
why do you think she was abducted?
I have no idea. We woke up this morning. I went to go get her up for her baseball game, and she's gone. I woke up my sons. We looked everywhere in the house, and my oldest son noticed that her window was wide open and the screen was laying in the backyard. We've looked all around the house. My sons are running.
Hang on.
Yeah, my sons are running around the house looking for her.
The screen was on the ground outside?
Yes.
What's your name, sir?
My name is Sergio, Fergio, middle initial D. Last name is Celis.
I.S. as in Sam?
Yes.
Okay, what's her name?
Isabel, Isabel, Isabel. M as in man is the middle initial.
Okay, same last name?
Yes.
Okay, what's her actual birth date? Okay. Is Mom there also?
She had just left for work. I just called her and I told her to get her back home.
Okay, another.
And she
What kind of vehicle is she going to be en route back in?
She's coming from TMC, so she should just be coming straight down Craycroft.
Okay, how tall is she?
She is 5'2".
No, I'm sorry, your daughter.
Oh, my daughter. 40 inches. 36 to 40 inches.
Okay. Is she black, white, or Hispanic?
She's fair-skinned Hispanic, with clear eyes and light brown hair.
And what do you mean by clear eyes? Like,
well, they're a little bit green.
are they hazel? Or?
Green hazel, sure.
Hazel, okay. You said she's about 40 inches tall.
Yeah.
Do you know how much she weighs?
I believe she was 30. She's about 40 pounds. She's probably right about 40 pounds.
Right about 40 pounds? Okay.
Yeah.
Do you remember what she was wearing last night when you last saw her?
Before she went to bed, I believe she was wearing little navy blue shorts and the pink, like little tank top type of a shirt.
Pink tank top. Okay. Navy blue shorts. Has she ever tried to sneak out of a window or anything?
Oh, no.
Have you guys been having any weird phone calls, anything like that? Somebody hanging around?
No. We got home late from my son's baseball game.
Mm-hmm.
About 10:30 last night. Everyone took their showers and they all went to bed. I even was in the living room watching the Diamondbacks game at midnight, and I fell asleep. And I never heard anything weird, so I was like just on the other side of the wall from her.
How many siblings does she have?
2.
Okay, and those are brothers, you said?
Yes.
How old are they?
14 and 10.
And you said they're out looking, or they were looking all over the house?
They just went right now. My oldest son, the 14-year-old, he went running around just to make sure. But she was nowhere to be seen.
Outside or inside?
He's outside our property wall.
Okay, where's the 10-year-old?
He's in the garage. He's just out in the garage, just waiting for my wife.
Okay. What's Mom's name?
Becky?
Okay. And you're both natural parents of the child?
Yes.
Okay, so no step-parents. Any problems with any grandparents?
No.
Okay. So you're not having any family issues, anything like that?
No.
Okay, and you haven't noticed anybody hanging out in front of your house?
No.
Okay, your son that's 14, what's his name?
Yeah, I'm sorry. My wife just walked in, and she's speaking to somebody. I don't know if she's speaking to the police also. She might have been calling on her way. You asked me about my son. What did you ask me?
Yeah, the 14-year-old that's out looking for her?
Yes. What about it?
Well, hang on a second. Okay, actually, I think one of your sons is trying to call. I'm sorry, what was your 14-year-old's name?
Sergio.
Sergio, okay.
My wife just got home, and she's kind of hysterical and freaking out.
Okay. Tell her we are on the way. We've got a bunch of officers on the way. I want you guys to stay there in the house.
We will.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, see, he's so fucking calm.
Dude. So I'm big on like first impressions, and I usually feel like I can get a good read on people, and I get like kind of a sketchy, like, oh, I don't know what happened,
Yeah, it's so sketchy. And like I told you, like I think it's weird that he went into the bedroom to get his daughter up for, she had a softball game that day. He went to get his daughter up for her softball game, realized she wasn't there, and didn't notice that the window was open and the screen was on the back lawn.
That's weird, yeah.
I think that's super fucking weird.
It just seems like he was like trying to play dumb, like
and then he's
overcompensating for it.
And then when he's like, "Oh yeah, I called my wife and told her to get her butt home," ha ha ha.
Yeah, like he's like, who's gonna be making like a little joke? Ha 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 ha.
Yeah, like I told her to get her butt home. Like, it's hard to not be suspicious of him.
Yeah, that sounds super suspect.
Yeah, it's. There's like speculation that he owed money to some drug dealers.
Whoa, and he like sold her to him.
But here's the thing: is he's a orthopedic surgeon's like assistant.
Mm-hmm.
And like they were like, well, is it possible that she was drugged because no one heard her? And so they requested the records. And the orthopedic surgeon was like, oh, yeah, he has no access to any of that, blah, 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 blah. But I feel like that was just to help his case. Like, the orthopedic surgeon could have been like, I feel bad for this guy. His daughter's missing, and now he's under suspicion, blah, 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 blah. But here's the thing is a lot of people don't administer drugs, but they for sure have access to them.
Yeah.
Especially in the medical field.
Yeah, and you can also, even if you don't have access, your friend who you work with does, and you could just be like, "Here's $200. What's up?"
Yeah, like slip me some. Like,
yeah, write me a prescription for something.
Because the neighbor said she heard two people's voices. They weren't like aggravated voices. They weren't like being crazy or anything. But she didn't hear a voice of a child.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. The dad is just so suspicious to me.
So what ended up happening? She's still missing?
Her remains were found March 31st of 2017.
What? So
yeah.
So she went missing in 2012?
Yeah.
And then
so 5 years later,
they found her remains. Did anyone ever get arrested?
No.
What?
And this is the first missing person we've ever talked about whose remains were found.
Yeah.
And they're just found pretty much a year ago.
Yeah.
And they have like said that they have stuff that they're not releasing. You want to hand me one of those?
Yeah, bro. Boy. Another Mr. Pineapple there.
Another Mr. Pineapple for me. Grazie. But yeah, there's definitely information that they aren't releasing right now. That sounds so sick, but that is so foamy.
I know. It's worth it though. I just wanted to get the nice sound of Mr. Pineapple.
I'm gonna put my mic down so I can pour mine nicely instead of it being all foam.
I like extra foamy.
So, while I do that, tell me your opinion on this.
I mean, obviously, there's not enough facts. You can't just go off of like, oh, the dad sounds sketchy, so he's guilty. But I mean, if I was, had to make a snap judgment, like, yeah, he definitely does sound fucking really sketchy and could definitely be a suspect. But again, it's like you don't know what was going on with the brothers. You don't know other family members. It could have simply been something like a neighbor.
Well, I didn't show you like the mom's 911 call, and the 14-year-old brother is actually one of the ones that called as well.
Really?
Yeah. The 14-year-old brother. Here's the thing: is a 14-year-old brother is searching the neighborhood and just asks to borrow someone's phone and calls 911. I think he's the first to call 911.
Really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's the first to call 911, and he just calls off a neighbor's phone and is like, "Dude, my sister's missing. I can't find her. Blah 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 blah." And then the mom calls, and then the dad calls.
Huh.
And the mom is on her way home from work when she calls.
Weird.
Yeah.
Huh.
Super weird.
What if all three of them are in on it together?
Dude, if you hear the 14-year-old and the mom, they're in hysterics.
Really?
Yeah, they're freaking the fuck out. I really don't think they're involved, but I don't know, dude. The dad seems so suspicious, and he's the one that's angry at the police for investigating the family.
The dad's pissed off?
Yeah, he's mad that they investigated the family.
Really?
Yeah, he's
but
like,
isn't that
they should have been out there looking.
Isn't that like pretty normal for in a murder case or any type of case like this for?
But here's the thing: is she was missing at the time. She didn't get found until last year. It was 5 years later that she was found.
Yeah, I know, but it's like,
so
why
it's not technically a murder case at this point.
Dude, it's like if someone in my family was murdered or missing, I would 100% expect the police to investigate everyone in our family, because it's like, dude, a lot of the times it's somebody that the victim knows.
Yeah, especially with children. It's like something like 80 to 90% of children that are abducted and or murdered by someone they know.
Yeah. Isn't the like same with like with spouses, it's always like 90% of the time, I mean, I don't know this exact percentage, but 90% of the time it's like always the boyfriend or the husband.
Yeah, or like an ex-lover.
Yeah.
Like, it's always almost always someone they know.
Very rarely is murder ever just completely random.
It's super rare.
Right? Like,
but
for a random person to go and kill another random person.
Yeah, see, but that's talking murder.
Yeah.
We're talking missing, and like, they were expecting like a ransom at some point, and they never got one, and it's just, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
It really doesn't. Especially since they found blood in the bedroom, footprints through the house, and then they found blood on a shower curtain, blood in the car, and then they found her body somewhere in the desert. That's
weird, dude.
Yeah.
But then where did this thing come in that you said that the dad had a gambling debt? And
no, it wasn't gambling debt. It's just speculation that he owed money to drug dealers.
Oh.
It's just speculation.
Okay.
And there's speculation about the older cousin saying that he owed money to the drug dealers and was going to try for ransom, and then it got too hasslesome. Is that a word?
What?
Hasslesome?
What?
Got too hassling. It was too much hassle.
Hasslesome? Hasslesome is not a word. Got to.
I'll find it eventually.
Hassling? That's not correct either.
It was too much of a hassle.
Okay.
I don't know. Just there's something in between the lines here is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, there's something. And even when they found her body, they couldn't determine. It was a homicide by unidentified circumstances.
Really?
Yeah.
So was she her age, could they determine that she was the age that she was when she went missing when she died, or was it like, did she grow a little bit?
You know what? That's a really good question. All they found was bones.
Okay. But
in the Arizona desert, that decomp happens pretty quickly.
But if she's a little girl, like, couldn't they at least tell, okay, this girl was this tall when she went missing, and that
but
therefore
he couldn't give an exact number. He was like, 40 inches.
Yeah, but I'm sure they could have figured it out somehow.
Yeah.
Or they could have just gone by averages. Like, okay, the average, how old was she when she went missing?
She was 6.
So average 6-year-old is this tall, and then if her bones were like way
that
taller,
that varies so much.
That's true.
That varies so much, because when I was 6, I was probably like super tiny. I mean, as a 23-year-old, I'm only 5 foot.
Yeah.
And that's uncommon. So
True.
they can't determine it by that. When they find dead bodies, they're usually like, they're between 25 and 40. Who knows? Yeah. So, yeah, they found out it was her through DNA research. They even did dental records, and it didn't match because it was decomposed, or like too long since she went to the dentist last, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was through DNA they found out it was her bones. Because it was just bones.
Wow. It's crazy.
But yeah, it was 5 years down the line.
Damn, dude.
It's so suspicious. Like I said, this is the first missing person we've done that the remains have been found.
I kind of like it better when they're not found. So we can just be like, hey, if you're out there.
There's so that you can call out to them.
Yeah. Yo, dog.
Ask them to come home.
You listening? Like the woman from Alaska last week.
Yeah, Sheila.
Sheila.
Sheila
What's up,
McBroom?
girl? If you're listening, hit me up.
We still miss you.
See, that's what I'm saying. Now this is just sad. It's just like, oh, and she's dead.
Yeah.
At least that gives you a little bit of hope. You know, if they're not found, it's like, hey, they still could be out there. You know.
I'm sorry to kill that.
Wow.
Hope, to just shoot an
Maybe it's
arrow
fucking
right into your
just
heart.
Disappoint me.
We're actually doing two things that are different.
Oh shit.
This state.
Okay.
We're actually going to talk about the Tison gang. We're going to be talking about multiple people.
Whoa.
It's Tison, Tison, not Ty.
Was a gang?
Son. They were labeled the Tison gang later.
Okay.
Which you'll understand why later. That's
Tucson, Arizona. Tison.
No, it's Tison.
Tison. Okay.
Tucson is spelled with a U.
I just thought maybe it was like the gang
it's
version.
T-U-S-O-N.
Tison, Arizona.
No one there talks like that. It's more like Tison, Arizona. Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Okay.
Yeah. When I lived in Chandler, like, I was one of the only people that did not speak Spanish.
Really?
Yeah. It is like in my church, because I was going to like a Catholic church every Sunday. I was the only person that didn't speak Spanish because my dad spoke Spanish.
Really?
My dad's wife doesn't speak English. And there's a playground there and I couldn't play on it.
Why not?
You
had to speak Spanish to play on it?
I don't know because I'd go to play on it and someone would tell me why I couldn't go out there in Spanish and I'd just be like,
whoa, dude, that's racist.
I would just walk away because I didn't know what they were saying.
Anyway. That kind of makes me sad, dude. Wow. Poor little white girl. Can't play with all the little Mexicans in Arizona.
Dude, I really need to learn Spanish. Anyway.
See.
I was at Walmart the other day looking for a belt.
Weird.
And I asked the lady, I was like, where can I find a belt? And she was like, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay, you know what? I'll find someone else to ask. And then I just found the belt on my own. Living 12 miles from the border has been detrimental to my self-confidence. Okay, so on to the Tison gang. Gang
life.
All right. So the first person I want to talk about that's in this gang, air quotes, is Gary Tison. He was in prison at the age of 25 for robbery.
Whoa.
He took advantage of meeting with his first wife to flee the country. Not the country. Oh my god.
The state.
To flee the county jail in Florence, Arizona. He was recaptured and ended up being paroled. He was charged with a parole violation after passing a bad check in 1967. On the way to a court hearing, he overpowered a prison guard, handcuffed him. I didn't mean to laugh just now. He handcuffed him and shot him to death with his own fucking gun.
Hell yeah, dude.
So he overpowered this guy. I was like, oh, good.
Give me your gun. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, so
oh my god, wow.
I just dropped the microphone.
Hello.
That also really hurt my wrist.
Oh no. We should get you a wireless mic. I mean, like a Britney Spears mic. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like one of those ones that I have this the
yeah. Like
what are these called?
Headphone
in my ear.
yeah. It'd be like a game. We should get a gamer mic, dude.
Yeah. Those would work so much better for me. Or a stand-up mic where I don't have to like eat the mic.
Or you could just not be a klutz.
Or I could just get a hold of myself and be an actual human. So yeah, he during his route to a court hearing, he overpowered a guard, handcuffed him, and shot him with his own gun, and he got a conviction of first-degree murder, where he got life sentence.
Okay.
Which I agree with.
Yeah.
And that's when our second character comes into play.
Dun dun dun. So this was Tison.
This was Gary Tison. Keep that in mind, because more Tisons come in.
There's several Tisons.
Several Tisons.
Okay. Okay.
So this is Gary Tison.
All right. Who's the next Tison?
This is not the next Tison, but
okay.
This is Randy Greenawalt.
Greenawalt.
He was sentenced to life after the 1974 slaying of a trucker at Interstate 40 near Winslow, Arizona. He shot a trucker that was sleeping in his cab.
Fuck.
Shot a trucker that was sleeping in his cab and robbed him. And then he later confessed to killing another trucker in Arkansas and a man in Colorado. He's suspected of 4 murders, but I think he was only convicted to the one in Winslow, Arizona, which he also got a life sentence for, I believe.
So this guy just hated truckers.
No, he would just rob truckers, which are the best people to rob, other than prostitutes.
Wait, why are the truckers the best people to rob?
Because they sleep in the cab. Like, they have pretty much their whole life in there.
That's true, huh? Dude, that's got to be such a sketchy job.
Yeah, it's got to be kind of scary.
Dude, shout out to truckers, because you guys are the unsung heroes of the world.
My mom's ex-husband was a trucker, and I used to go on rides with him during the summer.
No way.
Yeah.
Dude, if I was a trucker, I would sleep with a fucking shotgun in my hand.
I don't know.
Just like ready to go. As soon as someone breaks into my cab.
I don't know. I feel like that's a very rare occasion.
Still, it happens.
Yeah, it for sure happens. And I feel like it's more robbery, like, driven. But Randy Greenawalt would draw an X on their window and then shoot them through the X.
No way.
Yeah.
Whoa, was that like his call sign? Like that was his like?
No, I feel like it was just like better for target practice.
What?
I don't know.
That's weird.
I don't know. He would like draw an X, like to where their head was, and then shoot where the X was. And I feel like that was like to take the guilt away from shooting someone, like shooting an X instead of shooting a person.
Oh, interesting.
That's
okay.
I don't know. That's.
I don't want to
how
say
I
that
would
makes
kill a
sense,
person.
but I guess.
I mean, it makes sense to me.
Okay.
Anyway, so in January of 1978, Gary's son Ricky, who is 18, came to visit him at the prison in Florence. They were like talking in a fenced picnic area where 2 more of his sons. So keep in mind, we have Ricky, and then he's 18, and then there's Raymond, who is 19, and Donald, who is 20. So he's sitting there talking to Ricky, and then Raymond and Donald came in with a basket of food for their dad. Which, you know, I get. They're coming to visit their papa. Sorry, Poppy is sexual.
Hi,
Papa.
Papi.
Yeah. They came to visit their dad, their father.
Whoa, where's the story going?
With some food. Once they got inside the lobby, one of the boys pulled a shotgun outside of the basket.
What?
I believe one was a sawed-off shotgun, and then a revolver. And they took over the guards, demanding their dad's release, obviously. And then during this, Randy Greenawalt, the non-Tison man, temporarily disabled the telephones and the alarm system.
What?
Yeah, so it was like...
He's the nerd of the group, dude.
Yeah, he's the nerd.
Nerd alert. Nerd alert.
Yeah, so he disabled the prison telephones and the alarm system. And then Gary's 3 sons took over all the guards. So all 5 of them strolled out casually to their car, and the tower guards were like, "What? They're just going back home." Like the guards mistook them as like visitors and just let them go.
No way.
Yeah, like they didn't even see anything suspicious. Like they casually strolled to their car. Yeah.
Freaking way, dude.
Yeah.
Because they should have gotten sniped, dude.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
And they disabled everything.
They disabled the communication,
like,
so they couldn't be like, "Hey, yeah,
hey, there's people escaping right now." Yeah. So and then so they drove off, and the next day they're stranded with a flat tire.
No.
In the middle of Arizona.
Holy shit.
And that's when 24-year-old Marine Sergeant John Lyons stopped to help them.
No.
Poor John Lyons.
This is why you don't stop to help anybody.
Dude, and that fucks me up because, like, driving from Utah to Las Vegas, like, back when I used to travel between both those places a lot, I'd see a lot of people that were, like, walking or, like, thumbing it, and
No way, dude. Never.
I always want to stop
Never.
for them, but, like, because I kind of feel bad for them sometimes.
Yeah, but it's just like you never know who's trying to take advantage of you, who's got some weird scheme. And it's like my thing is, and this sounds like super selfish, but it's like, dude, in the day and age we live in, like an honest person probably has fucking AAA, has someone that can help them out, whatever. And
Yeah,
so I
but-
always just feel like, dude, like anyone who's like like no one's stranded on the side of the road is really in dire
But
straits.
yeah, you're right. But like I've known people that have backpacked through the country and like asked like thumbed rides. I've actually had those hitchhikers stay in my house.
Whoa, sketchy.
Yeah, they were stranded in Utah, and it was during the winter, like December, where it gets really fucking cold. And so they stayed at my house for like 3 days.
Wow.
And they were amazing people. They were great. They didn't steal anything. They were very grateful. And that's where it like fucks me up. Is like, how do you tell the difference between someone that's a fucking asshole and someone that's about to rob you? Like,
I don't know.
someone that's about to rob you and someone that's actually genuinely a good person and just looking for an experience.
Just assume everyone's evil.
Yeah, see,
Help
but,
no one.
But that, but that makes
That's
it
my
so
motto.
like the people that you're gonna, you know what? Fuck it, never mind.
What?
I'm gonna continue on with this story.
Continue on.
So Marine Sergeant John Lyons, was traveling from Yuma to Nebraska with his wife, with their infant son and teenage niece.
Oh my
Their
God.
teenage niece was like 15, 16. I found every report I read said either 15 or 16. So they killed the sergeant, his wife, and their son, who is, I believe, 22 months old. Like, just a fucking baby, dude.
They killed the baby?
Yeah, they killed the baby. So they killed 24-year-old John Lyons, his wife, who is 22, the baby, who is 22 months, and then they shot the niece, Teresa Tison, not the same relation. Their name is Tison, and her name is Tyson.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, quite a coinkadink. They shot her in the hip, which shot bone fragments into her abdomen. And this was, in the 70s. There's no cell phones or anything.
Yeah.
And so they shot her in the hip, bone fragments shot into her abdomen, and she crawled a quarter of a mile in search of help.
No.
And they found her dead, quarter of a mile away. She bled to death.
Oh shit.
Holding the family dog, like caressing the family dog. Yeah. If that does not just fucking punch you in the heart, I don't know what will.
Damn.
Yeah, dude, it's like I imagined it while I was reading this, and I like teared up a little bit because you know, can you imagine finding a 15, 16-year-old just bled to death on the side of the road, like spooning a dog, and who's also dead.
How did she come? She didn't try to save the baby though.
The baby was shot.
That's so
they shot the
fucked
baby
up, dude.
The baby was found in the mother's arms.
Oh
yeah.
No.
Yeah,
dude.
Yeah,
that's fucked.
It's so fucked. And this was their niece. Like, this wasn't even their like daughter.
Yeah.
So there's parents out there like that found out their daughter was shot and bled to death in the desert, crawling a quarter of a mile away from where her uncle and aunt-in-law were fucking murdered.
Damn, dude.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking gnarly.
That's crazy. So they killed them to like take their car, right?
Yeah, so they stole their car. God, this beer is so good.
It really is.
I'm so impressed. Like, I was actually kind of scared.
It tastes like pineapple, but it's not like sweet. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like it's not overbearing.
Yeah, it's not overbearing. It's
got that pineapple like tang.
Yeah, but it's not like too sweet.
I'm just so impressed. Like, the last two we've had, first off, Bud Light.
Whatever.
It was Bud Light.
Yeah.
And then the duck farts were good.
They were.
But it was just like it was shots.
Yeah.
We were taking shots.
Yeah, we were taking shots.
But this
would be so sick on like a hot summer day.
Yeah, like I just imagine laying next to the pool, drinking this ice cold beverage.
Dude, by the way, we are not officially sponsored by this beer, so we're not
sponsored by anything.
We're not saying this just to like because we're getting paid to say it. Like this is a
legitimate opinion.
This is yes. So just let everyone know.
Anyway, so you know she crawled the quarter of a mile, found dead, cuddling the family dog. So Gary Tison, Randy Greenawalt, and then the three Tison sons then drove north, changing cars several times.
Did they kill other people to get cars?
And then they allegedly... You're skipping ahead.
Sorry.
And then they allegedly murdered a newlywed couple, which I'm pretty sure they admitted to, but they just were never charged with it.
What?
James and Margene Judge in Colorado, they then turned south again, driving the judge's van. So they went up north to California, or to Colorado, and went back down to Arizona. Like a bunch of dummies.
That's weird. Why would you go back to the state that you fucking fled from?
I don't know. It don't make sense. And that's just my assumption. Because every report is like, they drove north, and then the judges from Colorado, and then they drove south. Or north and then south, or north, south and then north, whatever.
Weird.
And then August 11th of 78, they ran a roadblock. Like, police had caught up to them.
Mm-hmm.
And they ran a roadblock that the police had put up in Pinal County. And they escaped it by shooting at police. And the police just fucking scattered.
Whoa.
Like, they weren't expecting someone to shoot at them. So they pulled up to this roadblock and just... Yeah, so the police scattered after that. I don't know why I'm having a hard time breathing right now. And then they set up a second roadblock. So at the first roadblock, like, the van, like, slowed to a stop and then shot at police and then drove off. And at the second stop, they didn't even slow down. And so the cops started firing at the van. And it killed Donnie Tison.
Whoa. R.I.P.
Who was a 20-year-old son.
No way.
And he was a driver. So they killed Donald Tison. And after like a shootout, Greenwald and then Ricky and Raymond Tison were all caught. But Gary Tison, the dad that escaped from prison, was never found.
No, still to this day.
Yeah, he escaped.
Sorry. Okay.
He escaped into the desert. So, out of all 5, 1 is shot dead, 3 are captured, and then 1 is gone. So one son is dead. There's 2 sons that are captured. There's the cellmate.
The cellmate got out too?
Randy Greenwald is captured. And then Gary Tison, the dad, is nowhere to be found.
Wow.
And then Gary Tison, the dad, was found dead from exposure in the desert 2 days later.
He just died in the fucking desert?
Yeah, in Arizona.
Dude.
This is also in August.
Oh,
where
yeah.
it's hot as fuck.
Dude.
And he deserved to die that way.
Look, I've never been to prison, but like, how about just stay rather than die in the fucking desert?
Yeah, you know what he went through for those like 2 days?
Yeah, like, dude. I mean, yeah, that's actually awesome that he fucking died in misery like that.
Yeah, like
but
I'm glad he died suffering from heat exhaustion, starvation, dehydration.
Do you know how miserable?
Fuck yeah.
Do you know how miserable that must have been?
Dude, it probably sucks so bad.
So bad, dude.
And I'm so happy.
Holy shit.
Fuck that guy.
That's rad.
I'm so happy he died that way instead of in prison.
Yeah, totally. Because he would have just...
Like, living till 80, getting 3 meals a day.
Yeah, roof over your head, raped every once in a while. That's what happens in there, right? No, that's...
I don't know. That might be like a...
What?
I'm just going to wave my hand in front of my face until you know what I'm talking about.
I don't.
A stereotype?
A misnomer?
A misnomer?
Okay. According to
false fact.
According to
fake news.
According to several movies and television I've watched.
Movies and television are always right. It's just like everything you read on the internet is totally true. Makes sense.
Yeah.
So, you know. So Greenwald, Ricky, and Raymond Tison. Greenwald being his last name. It was Randy Greenwald. And Ricky and Raymond Tison were all caught. Also, I think Ricky's kind of hot.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Yeah? Would you pound?
Yeah, you want to see a picture?
Yeah, I do.
I'll show you a fucking picture. He's kind of hot.
Oh, shit. Did you take him to fucking Pound Town?
He can take me to Pound Town.
Oh, shit.
He obviously knows how to get there, considering he's on the highway to hell.
Oh, wait. Is he dead?
I don't think so.
Is he still in prison?
Not yet.
Ricky, shout out.
Because this is 1970s. He was 19 at the time.
Oh, okay. So it was 1970. So about 40 years ago.
I mean, my mom was born in the 60s.
Yeah, so she's probably
so he's like
60.
Late 30s. Or
no.
Late, yeah. Early 40s, late 30s.
If he was 19 in the 70s, that means he was...
In 79?
That means he was...
Wait, let me
he was 20 in 1979.
So, yeah, you're right. I'm thinking he was born then.
No. So he's fucking in his 50s or 60s.
Whatever. He might be a DILF. You don't know.
A dad I like to fuck.
A dad I like to fuck.
Would you be able if I was in prison, would you be down with conjugal visits?
You know what's funny is I actually have a friend whose husband is in prison.
I thought you were gonna be like, that's funny. I actually have had a conjugal visit before. Really glad that sentence didn't go that way.
No. No, I have a friend whose husband is in prison. Oh no, wait, is Ricky the one that died? No, Donald's the one that died. I have a friend whose husband. Look at him. He's got the dimples.
That guy?
Dude.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Hold on.
That's the guy?
Hold on.
Dude, no way.
Hold on. I gotta find
You're
the
insane, dude.
wait, photos. The Tison game.
That guy looks
Rampage.
fucking fugly, dude.
Hold on. I'll show you a good one.
Okay.
Let me just scroll down. Dude, I'm glad my laptop is featured right now.
Dude,
No, I just saw this picture of when they got arrested, and I was like, damn, boy.
Oh, according to that one, dude, there's no way. I'm actually like,
He's this one.
he looks like the Walmart yodeling kid grown up. Seriously.
I didn't realize that was his hair. Like,
He's got a mullet.
I didn't realize he had
You
a
think
mullet.
that guy's hot?
I didn't realize he had a
Holy
mullet.
shit, dude.
Wait, so
Yeah, they're all fucking gnarly looking. He looks psychotic, dude.
yeah, so Ricky Tison would be hot if he didn't have a fucking mullet.
No, he would not.
Oh yeah.
Because I can.
Dude, he's got great bone structure.
Whatever.
He's got great bone structure. But
Um,
look at this picture. Like, they're smiling on the way to jail.
yeah.
Like, they're like laughing about it, and then this guy's like, oh, back again.
Oh,
So
yeah.
that's Greenwald. First
Okay.
off, he looks like a goddamn turkey. Am I wrong?
Yeah. No. I'd fuck that guy before the other dude though.
Are you serious? You would fuck
Yeah.
Greenwald before
Fuck
Ricky?
yeah.
Oh,
Ricky just looks psychotic, dude.
if Ricky's hotter than Greenwald,
That's
though.
so insane,
Greenwald
dude.
looks like a goddamn turkey. He's got jowls and
he
a
does
fucking
have jowls.
gobbler.
Yeah. Wow. I'll fuck one of the prison guards.
I would fuck one of the prison guards too because I'm pretty sure they have health insurance.
Actually, prison guards do make a good amount of money.
I imagine so. The first person I ever got drunk with was a prison guard.
That's weird.
Yeah, that is weird.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so back to our story. Ricky and Raymond Tison were under 20 years old at the time of the shootings, and they were sentenced to death, but they appealed it, and it was reduced to life in prison.
Whoa.
Even though they're fucking smiling, like, that just shows, like, that they're psychopaths. Like, kind of fuck them. Like, they're smiling on their way into prison. No, I want to fuck one of them.
That's the one at the end right there?
No, the one in the middle.
That's the guy?
Yeah, he's got...
Dude, he is not attractive.
Dude, I'm all about dimples.
So what?
I disagree completely, but you know what? You're also not gay, so you have no
I'm not
opinion on
gay,
this.
and that's totally cool. Like, I'm totally fine with you saying, like, oh, that guy's hot because, you know, I want to fuck him. It's not even that. It's just like, no, that guy's not attractive. Like,
yes, he is, babe. Oh my god, dude, he's got great bone structure. Look at that.
he looks like the
Look
fucking
at that
Walmart
chiseled
kid.
chiseled jaw, and then the
Damn.
dimples, and he's got no lips though.
I know. Have fun kissing that, dude.
Well, I'm not gonna.
Well, I'm just saying.
I missed my chance.
No, that's not true. You could fucking you could hit him up in prison. What up? What's his name?
Ricky.
Ricky, if you're listening, I'll give.
He's not listening. He's in prison.
I'll give Lachelle a pass on this one. She can come visit you. This is your one. This is your one. You get. Everyone gets in any relationship. You get one pass. This is your one. You want this to be your one?
Anyway, so Ricky and Raymond Tison were sentenced to death, but later appealed, and it was a life in prison. And then Greenewalt lived 19 years after this, and and he was executed in 1997.
Oh shit.
By lethal injection specifically.
Damn, dude, I
Yeah.
have to pee so bad. So we can either pause it.
Let
or
me say this real
okay.
quick, and then we'll pause and we'll go on to our stupid criminal. So the search of the Tison gang, and they were called the Tison gang. Only Greenwald was the only non-Tison of the group.
Yeah.
First off, Gary Tison must have been a bad dude to convince his 3 sons to break him out of prison.
Yeah, it definitely a bad dude, but I could definitely see that him being able to do that because when you're a teenager, especially when all you want to do is just
You're impressionable.
You're impressionable. You probably want to, especially if your father wasn't there, you want to make him happy. So if he's like,
I mean, I disagree, but maybe it's a dude thing.
I think it is.
Because my dad was in prison, and I wouldn't try and break him out. Fuck that guy. So the search for the Tison gang was the largest manhunt in Arizona history. And it was turned into a movie.
Really?
Yeah, it starred Robert Mitchum as Gary Tison, and the movie is called The Last Rampage.
Whoa.
From what I hear, it's not that good.
Uh-oh.
You know what? Let's take a break. I'll look up the Rotten Tomatoes,
Okay.
and we'll go from there.
All right, let's take a break right now.
All right, sounds good. Hey guys, welcome to the break. Just wanted to thank you again for listening. Ryan, you got anything to say?
To States of Crime podcast.
Oh, is that what it's called?
That's what we're called, dude.
We're States of Crime?
So we are States of Crime, and this is our lovely little podcast. And when I have 6 beers, when I drink 6 beers, this is what happens. I get a little bit of accent.
It's terrible.
And,
Stop.
I know it's terrible, but no, this is our break time, and we just want to let you guys know that we're on social media, and we want you to follow us. Lachelle, are we on Facebook?
Yes.
What's our name on Facebook?
States of Crime.
Tight. Follow us on there. What about Twitter? Are we on Twitter?
We're on Twitter.
What do we call on Twitter?
At States of Crime.
Oh my God! Follow us. Give us a holler. What about Instagram?
We're for sure on Instagram.
Oh,
Isn't everyone?
Shit, Instagram's my favorite social media. Did you know that?
I assume so. I'm personally never on it.
I love Instagram.
But our Instagram
What's our Instagram
is
called?
States of Crime.
Oh my God! Follow us on there. What about YouTube?
We're on YouTube.
Oh my God! What are we called on YouTube?
Oh my God.
Oh my God!
We're States of Crime.
States of Crime. So, across all social media platforms, we are called States of Crime.
But wait, did you know they could email us?
Oh my gosh! Why would anyone want to email us?
I don't know. Comments, questions, or maybe suggestions for the next podcast.
Oh shit! Like, hey, have you heard about this killer
in my state
in
that
my
you
state?
haven't
Have
got
you heard
to
about this dumb, stupid criminal?
yet? Or maybe someone that's missing.
Oh, what if? Oh, how
That
about
is
this?
actually crazy.
How about this? What if a listener's like, hey, my sister's missing. Can you talk about her to help to spread the word?
I mean, I'm more than
Dude,
willing.
I would fucking be down for that.
Yeah, I'm.
I just picked my nose. That was
where we are a little satire and we are a little crazy about it. We're more than
But hey,
happy to
how about this?
send the word
How
out.
about this? If you're a listener and you've got a missing loved one, fuck it, dude. We'll do it. We'll put it on here. If the state's right, we'll do it.
Keep it tight.
If the state's right, keep it tight. That's what's up.
So
oh my God.
just don't forget to follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. Well, technically you don't follow on YouTube, but subscribe to us.
Yeah.
All of those are States of Crime. If you do want to email us with questions, comments, or suggestions, it's statesofcrimepodcast@gmail.com.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's get back to the show.
All right, back to the show. Thanks for listening. Bruh, bruh. And we're back. Welcome back from the break, ladies and gentlemen.
That was a really good introduction, boys.
Thank you. Welcome.
So, tell me, what do you think about the Tison gang?
Well, I definitely don't think that guy's hot.
Other than Ricky Tyson.
And it's not like a jealousy thing. I'm totally cool with you saying, because I say chicks are hot all the time, and you say whatever, you know.
I say chicks are hot.
You say chicks are hot.
I say guys are hot.
That's what I'm saying. It's not a jealousy thing, because it's totally fine if you say guys are hot, but I'm just telling you right now that guy's fucking disgusting looking.
I think he's hot until I realized that this black behind him was a mullet, not a shadow.
Bruh.
I didn't even realize, but like, imagine him without the mullet. Look at how cute he is.
Nah, dude.
Oh my god. So
nah,
cute.
dog.
Yeah, dog.
Anyway, I mean, I can understand why it's
the dimples.
Okay, moving on.
Moving on.
I can't. It's like actually really fucked up that the dad would get his sons to help him bust out of prison.
So this is Randy is. Wait.
Randy?
So Donald Tison, this one, is the one that actually died.
Oh, okay.
Helping his dad escape. I just can't believe like that this man would rope his 3 very young sons, very impressionable, 19, 20, 18, 19, 20. Like, how can you be such a shit dad? Like, I thought my dad was shitty.
Well, I know, but that's the thing is like you're so fucking. You're not gonna pick it up. We're trying to hear the suds of my beer that I just poured. Could you? I'll crank it up. Yummy. But that's the thing is like you're so impressed, especially if you're like, you know, raised sheltered. Like, dude, when I was fucking 18, 19, like, you know what? Here's the thing is that I was very impressionable when I was 18, but I was also luckily raised in like basically a cultish religion.
Yeah.
And so I was raised from a young age to like not trust anybody that wasn't in my religion. And so I have this natural born, you know, distrust in everybody. And so I think that actually did me well to not be so gullible to people, you know, once I left my religion. So I think that was better. But I mean, I can understand like, dude, 18, 19, 20-year-old, they're just trying to impress their father. They're trying to make their father happy. And then, you know, he comes with this scheme and they're just like, yeah, Pops, like, we got you, of course, you know. And he's just like, you look, you know, it's just so unfortunate because his father ruined his son's lives. They
could have had a fulfilling life. Who knows? And the dad convinced them to pretty much fuck it up.
And also, I mean, it's just like to the victims of the people that that were killed along the way. Like, it's like I'm not justifying their actions at all. I'm just saying, like, obviously the sons had something to do with killing
They could have.
They could have.
Obviously, no specifics.
Yeah, who knows who killed who, but
it's fucked up because, you know, they killed a 22-month-old that had their whole life ahead of them. They killed a 15, 16-year-old who, first off, it amazes me she crawled a quarter of a mile.
Yeah, that is crazy.
But like, she had a life ahead of her.
Yeah.
And so the 3 sons, like, it comes to a point, like, are they conditioned to this? Like, how can they be so okay with that? Like, have they seen their dad killed before? Like, what kind of environment were they raised in? Like, I didn't find anything on their mother. Like, where's their mother? Where's the interjection? And it's just like really confusing to me. And Greenwald is originally from Oregon, and he was paroled on manslaughter charges.
Whoa.
Yeah, like how can you be paroled on that? Oh my god.
Oh wow, notes flying everywhere.
Let me just throw everything.
Wow, you almost fucking fell, dude.
Bending over is hard, okay?
Oh wow. I know, I've seen you do it before.
Bend over or fall while doing it.
Both.
Touche. So, yeah, it's just, and it's such an interesting story. Like, the fact that, first off, Gary Tison escaped from prison more than once.
Yeah.
And then they were both put as a person that was put life in prison, and then another person who had been put in prison, I think on manslaughter charges. I don't remember. I'll have to look back on my notes. I read a lot about people who kill people. Oh yeah, so they were both convicted to life in prison, but they're both put in medium security, whatever. And then when they were rearrested, there's a lot of people who are against the death penalty, saying that they should not, that Greenewalt should not be sentenced to death.
Really? Why not?
They were saying he should just go back to prison for life.
What?
Yeah,
even after all those people he killed?
Yeah, even after he escaped from prison.
Yeah.
And then killed more. Like, he had suspected 4 victims before he went to prison. And then he escaped from prison and killed 5 more.
Wow. And people are like, nah, he's fine. Life in prison.
Yeah, life in prison.
That's the thing, is that it's such a, the whole death sentence is such a, such a touchy issue, because people are just so for it or against it. There's no, you just spilled beer on your boob.
I'm sad about it. I'm sad. That could have been beer going into my mouth.
But I mean,
here's my thing about the death sentence is it's giving them a way out.
True.
So it's like I have so many mixed feelings about it, and again, this is for like a independent episode.
Yeah, we're gonna do a specific episode on the death penalty. I think, for
Patreon.
We're gonna launch a Patreon eventually, and that'll be a bonus episode has nothing to do with the states, which is something we're gonna do. Like, we can announce this now, but eventually
we'll do exclusive.
We're gonna do exclusive Patreon episodes to where we do stuff like a whole episode discussing the death penalty. We're gonna do out of the country murderers,
and notorious killers,
killers. Yeah.
We will not cover like extremely notorious killers, and like Ted Bundy. We're not gonna cover him except for on Patreon and John Wayne Gacy.
Yeah, or like the Manson family, Charles Manson. But I mean, I do want to talk about him, but it's just kind of like, for the actual episode, it'll be,
just them.
Yeah.
And it will be Patreon.
Yeah. For sure. For shout.
Anyway.
Anywho, stupid criminals.
Yeah. Got a little something.
Little something.
Dude, so far, and we're only 3 states in, this is so far my favorite stupid criminal.
Okay.
So, I said I used to live in Chandler, Arizona.
Yep.
So we're actually talking about a ex-Chandler High School teacher.
Really?
He's also an ex-realtor.
Did you go to his class?
No, I didn't go to high school there.
Oh.
I only went to 1 semester of high school, and it was in Utah.
Oh, okay.
Because I graduated early because I'm a smart kid.
I thought you got your good enough degree.
Yeah, no, I dropped out. But I got a high enough score. I have my diploma.
Oh, tight.
Just so everyone thinks I'm smart. Anyway, so this former realtor and Chandler.
Hold on. Former realtor. You said realtor.
Did I?
A little bit.
That's disappointing. So this former realtor
I'm used to it.
and ex Yeah, because you're with me every day, and I'm drunk every day.
Not every day, but
Close to
4 to 5 times a day. 4 to 5 times a week. I'm drunk. Hey,
I'm drunk 4 to
I'm
5
drunk
times
too.
a
I'm
day.
drunk too.
So a former realtor and high school teacher pled guilty to robbery, transportation theft, aggravated assault, and 3 counts of endangerment.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
What's endangerment? Well, what was he endangering?
People.
Oh, okay.
He's endangering people.
Okay.
Okay. Anyway, so June 29th, 2012, a good friend, John Brigham ran 2 red lights and wrecked into 2 cars.
Whoa.
Soon after, he decided to get naked poo.
No, Nicky.
He got naked, got super naked. He got naked and jumped onto one of the cars he wrecked into. So he jumped onto one of the wrecked cars and started singing, and this is in the police report, started singing unknown chants.
What?
Unknown chants. He started singing chants that were unknown to
weird.
the police officers.
He just made them up, dude. He had his own.
He just got up there and was like, I know,
Some original content right there.
yeah, that was my original content.
That was pretty good. Freestyle chanting.
Copyright Lachelle Van Wave 2018. Soon after that, he jacked a car from a woman driving a Prius.
Damn. Wait, what year was this?
2012.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so this is in 2012. So he wrecked into 2 cars, stripped off his clothes. So this guy's naked poo, dancing on top of a car, which one of my sisters have done, and then the police came to my house one time. Anyway, continuing on. So this guy gets naked, dances on top of a car, and soon after robs this lady of her car and starts driving her car around. And he's heading toward the Loop 101 in Arizona, and he hopped the median. He fucking he whooped it, and he wrecked 3 other cars and flipping the Prius several times.
Whoa.
How he survived this so well? Probably drugs. He then tried to break into multiple cars that were stopped for the accident. Tried to steal these people's cars. And then the police showed up and arrested him.
So he's just like Grand Theft Autoing it. He's like,
yeah, but
he's like
naked Grand Theft Autoing
naked.
it.
He like steals someone's car, crashes it, gets in another car, crashes that. Fucking.
Well, here's the thing: is he's in his own car, crashes that, jacks another lady's car. Well, first off, so he's in his own car, wrecks that, gets out of the car, takes off all his clothes, takes another lady's Prius. Takes that, flips that over a median, wrecks into 3 other cars, flips the car several times, and then goes and tries to steal someone else's car.
Yeah, and he's naked the whole time.
Yeah, he's letting it all hang out.
In the report, did it say how big his dick was?
I really wish it did.
That'd be sick. Is that weird?
I am for sure curious.
I am. I always am. I just want to know.
Yeah, honestly, I know.
Yeah. Just like, even my friends, I just want to like, how big's his dick, dude?
How big?
It's not even like a sexual thing. It's not even like,
it's just like that mental curiosity.
Yeah,
like,
how big is
like,
that?
And see, here's what it is with like my guy friends. Like, I'll look at them and try and determine.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, they're small, they're big, they're small. And I want to know if I'm right.
Yeah. So when you saw me, what did you think?
Well, I actually didn't judge you.
Wow, dude.
Because I was actually trying to, like, have sexual interaction with you. So I'm not going to guess someone I actually am, like, trying to go after.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No, it's just your friends.
Yeah, no, it's just my friends that I have like no sexual attraction to.
Statistically, we probably know somebody with a micro penis.
More than likely.
More than likely.
Who do you think it is?
Ooh, definitely not gonna say any names right now, but we'll talk off mic.
I'm so excited for this conversation. Let's bring the conversation back to John Brigham.
Yes.
Who probably has a micro PP.
Oh shit.
So he hopped the median, wrecking 3 other cars, flipped that car several times, tried to steal other people's cars, and then he was arrested. 5 people, including himself, were hurt and taken to the hospital. And at the hospital, it was found out he was on PCP.
Oh, dude, that explains everything.
Doesn't it?
You're like a superhero when you're
So I've heard.
Yeah, seriously.
That's the one drug like.
There's a video of a dude jumping off of fucking freeway bridge that I saw. Like, it's probably from the 90s or something. But he literally he crashes his car or ditches his car and the police are after him. He jumps off the fucking bridge like a giant, like the 8 bridge going to the beach here, or whatever. Just like it's just.
No, I don't. But
I mean,
continue.
we're talking 10.
It's a bridge over some water. It's got some distance.
Well,
Keep going.
I'm talking 10 stories.
10 stories.
This dude jumps out to find it. He jumps off of it. Kept running, but
dude,
he was on PCP.
So
that's what I'm saying. Is like you're a fucking super
This
villain.
one time I went cliff jumping, and there's this rock off in the distance, and me and all my friends were drinking, and we're like, you know what? I wish we could jump off that cliff, and we were like, but it's too far from the water. We can't do that. And we were all like, oh, that sucks to suck, and kept cliff jumping. And then all of a sudden we look over, and one of our friends is standing on top of this rock, and we're like, holy shit, that seems like it's a great view. We should all go up there. So we all started, like, picking up our shit to go climb this rock.
Mm-hmm. Burp.
Burp, burp, burp. And then we're on our way there, and we see him jump. And everything went silent. I just remember everything went silent.
What?
Yeah, because he jumped off this rock that's nowhere near the water, dude. Turns out he was on PCP.
No.
So he just jumps off this rock.
So wait, is some guy's just hanging out with you casually on PCP?
Yeah, no, but he was like crazy all day. Like he was doing like crazy shit all day. But like he was like a friend of a friend. Like I did not know him.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know him. But yeah, he was doing crazy shit all day, like jumping off places that were not like designated cliff jumping spots. Like, and so when we saw him up there, we're like, oh man. And I didn't even know he was on PCP until after. And he had been like throwing shit all day and like acting like a crazy person all day long. Never met this man in my life. But, and then we see him jump. And he hits the ground, and you just hear, like, a huge cracking noise.
What? Did he break his back?
He broke one ankle and tore his foot off.
Stop. He tore his foot off?
Yeah, he broke his left ankle, and his whole left foot came off.
No, it didn't.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, it was gnarly.
So, did they reattach it?
So, it was just hanging. By the skin.
No.
Yeah. And so what happened was I jumped into the water and swam over to where he was, and I yelled out, I was like, I need a tourniquet. And some juggalo motherfucker.
Oh, is this your juggalo days?
No, this was not my juggalo days. I didn't know the guy that jumped into the water. Yes, I had juggalo days. No one judged me. But this juggalo motherfucker like jumps into the water. They're very prominent in Utah.
Yeah.
And he swims over and takes off his juggalo belt that has Hatchet Man on it and everything. Wow. And I put it on his leg and tourniquet him. And I have a friend that got there faster than I did because he just ran down the hill instead of jumping into the water. And he's puking. And he had already wrapped a towel around his foot, and I was like, let me see. And he was like, you don't want to see.
Oh, shit.
And I took the towel off. I was like, fuck, this is bad. And so I, like, tied the tourniquet around his leg, and I called 911 and was like, hey, you need to get out here, and you're going to need a boat. Like, you can't get out here by foot. And so an ambulance shows up, and they're like, oh, we're going to need a boat.
Oh, my God.
And I was like, yeah, that's what I told the 911 operator. Go ahead and call him. And so it's like another, like, 30 minutes until the boat gets there. But, yeah, it was just... He was on PCP, though. He jumped off this cliff, ripped off his foot, broke an ankle.
So his foot's
and then
gone.
Was in the lake and then swam back.
Oh, shit.
He swam back to shore.
With his leg ripped off? His foot ripped off?
His foot ripped off, yeah. His foot was just hanging by the inside skin of his ankle.
No.
His foot was hanging by skin.
So what happened with his foot?
He is going to have to walk with a cane for the rest of his life. But
Did they reattach his foot?
Yeah, since we tourniqueted.
Tourniqueted.
I don't know the past tense of tourniquet.
Tourniqueted.
But since we did that, he can now walk, but only with a cane.
Holy shit.
Yeah, so the fact that we reacted so quickly, he can now walk.
Do you think he regrets doing that?
I hope so. That fucking idiot.
So, kids, do not do PCP.
Don't do PCP because you're going to think you're cool. Anyway, so...
Oh, yeah. So are we
back to John Brigham.
Back to John Brigham.
We trailed off into my crazy story.
Check this out.
Oh, wow. You threw a can into a bowl
of
like
ice water.
An inch away from you.
Kobe. What up?
Sad bee.
Oh my God! All right, let's finish this episode.
Yeah. So, this wasn't the first time he was accused of doing something weird.
Okay.
So, this time he was arrested for like being all crazy on PCP, getting naked and stealing cars with his wiener hanging out. Don't flip me off, you fuck.
I was just pushing on my glasses. What are you talking about?
Okay. So, in November 2011, Scottsdale police responded to a call from his uncle, who's in New York at the time, which is weird. Arizona to New York.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly what the uncle said, but they found Sir John Brigham dressed only in a towel, dancing.
This guy loves getting naked.
Yeah,
with the family.
He's all about letting his wiener hang out. No, this is John Brigham.
Oh, this is John Brigham. Okay,
this is the same guy.
He's a nudist.
This was like a year before.
He needs to be on a nudist colony.
Actually, it wasn't even a year before. It was like a couple months before, because this was November 2011, and the event I just told you about was in January 2012.
Damn.
So it's like 3 months before.
Yeah.
But they found him dressed in only a towel, dancing to music, and talking to people who weren't there.
Whoa.
So who knows?
Schizophrenic?
No, I don't think so. Just drugs.
Oh.
Because the time I told you about in 2012, he was on PCP. So this time who knows what he was on. But he told police that he had prepared a pot of various household items for a witch that was visiting.
Whoa.
So maybe LSD, maybe acid, maybe better drugs than I've been getting. He also created an art piece
Hell yeah. Is it cool? Have you seen it?
in the driveway, consisting of a grapefruit with a key in it,
Whoa.
a football, a hammer, dog kennels, and other items, topped off with a lamp.
Interesting.
Criminal charges were dropped in that case after he completed a diversion program. But pretty much, here's the thing, is like, you definitely can't be a high school teacher after all this.
Oh, that's right. He was a high school teacher.
Yeah.
Wait. So did he go back to teaching after this?
Oh, fuck no.
No.
He can't be a teacher
I know.
after all the charges he got after these. Like, you can't be a teacher after, 3 counts of aggravated assault or whatever. Point is that that's a stupid criminal. Like, don't get naked and then try and rob cars.
Yeah. He was just GTAing it up, dude.
Yeah, it was like the nudist Grand Theft Auto.
My finger feels numb.
That's odd, and I don't like that.
I think it's because I hit my fucking...
Did you... You hit your elbow and then you imitated hitting your elbow?
It was, I don't know.
Did that hurt?
No.
Oh.
I might have just been... I think I was just resting it like this for too long.
Oh. Makes
You know what I
sense,
mean?
makes sense.
Yeah.
Lost blood flow. So wait, you said you've been to Arizona before.
Yeah, for like 2 days.
And you said maybe Phoenix?
Yeah, it was
for
like
a
one
wedding, right?
For a wedding, yeah. It was like a backyard wedding.
Oh.
Yeah. It wasn't even like it was just, I don't know.
It wasn't even like a good wedding, but the open bar?
And
drunk girls showing their titties, because I've totally never been to one of those.
No, but there was some. You want me to tell you something weird about the wedding?
Yes.
I've never seen. It was like really, really fucking awkward. So apparently there's like a tradition to where, the thing
Oh yeah, that.
They throw the
rice.
The groom throws the bouquet and the fucking
the bride throws the bouquet and then the groom throws the
garter.
The garter.
Okay,
belt.
so the garter belt, yes. So
it's not a belt, but the garter.
So the fucking garter that was on the wife's leg. She's like sitting on a chair. And the husband like gets on his knees and like goes underneath her dress, lifts it, and then bites the fucking garter with his teeth and like pulls it off her leg with just his teeth. Meantime, the entire fucking family and children are there.
Babe, that's typical.
Is that normal?
That's normal.
It looked like he was eating
normal.
It looked like he was eating her out.
No, babe, that's normal. They take it off with their teeth every time.
Weird,
that's
dude.
normal.
I've never seen that happen.
Yeah, that's what you get for being raised Jehovah's Witnesses.
Yeah,
that's normal. That's completely normal.
It's so strange to me, dude.
No, that's completely normal.
To see, it just looked like he was fucking going down on her.
No, they do that at almost every wedding.
That's so strange. Call me old fashioned.
I was expecting a crazy story, and then you just told me something I've seen at every wedding I've ever been to.
Maybe you go to fucking scandalous weddings, dude.
No, I don't. I come from Mormon country, the most conservative country of all.
I've never seen that at any wedding, even at a non-fucking Jehovah's Witness wedding. It was weird.
Dude, you know what?
Doesn't that feel a little uncomfortable for children to watch?
Just
saying. Children and like grandpas and grandmas.
No.
Because it's just I was uncomfortable.
Yeah, because
and
you're
I was like
a fucking baby.
Yeah, I was fucking like 29 or 30 at the time. Like,
okay, well then get comfortable, bitch.
Yeah, I am now, dude.
I don't know what to tell you because you're supposed to take the garter off with your teeth.
That's weird.
And then fling it out into.
I mean, I wasn't.
The groomsman.
I was awkward for everybody else. I was awkward for like people's children. Shit. I don't care. I'd watch the groom eat out the bride. I don't give a fuck. But I was just awkward for everybody else there. I was, you know what I mean? It's like there's like 6-year-olds sitting at 10-year-olds here. And I'm like,
how many weddings have you been to? Like 2.
Too many.
Okay, I'm taking that as 2.
No, I would say non-Jehovah's Witness weddings, I mean, because I've been to a lot of fucking JW weddings when I was a kid and a teenager. Because it's like, you couldn't fuck until you got married, so everyone got married at 18.
Yeah. That's how it was in my hometown. Like you couldn't fuck until you were married. So like I had people that were just straight up like, oh well, I'm marrying her because I want to know what sex feels like.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
dude. Yeah, for sure.
But anyway, non-JW
weddings.
That one.
No, that one plus another. I don't know, like 3, 4, 5.
You just didn't pay that much attention, because
the
garter belt.
That's so weird.
The garter belt is like the man's bouquet.
It's just so weird, dude. He gets it with
like
his teeth.
like not all of them get them off with their teeth. Some of them reach up and take it off with their hands.
Yeah.
But
I can understand that. Ooh, sexy, pulled off with like.
Yeah, but
like that's a little risque, whatever. But his teeth.
That's pretty common.
It's weird, dude.
It's pretty common.
I mean, I'm down, but fuck it. No kids are allowed at my wedding.
I actually already can tell you I want like a 21 plus wedding.
Oh yeah, 25 plus. Well,
no,
yeah.
just 21 plus.
You gotta have a little experience in drinking before
you know what?
come to our wedding.
You know what? This is over.
All right, yeah.
We're not talking about weddings anymore.
All right,
this is too much.
This is it, dude. This is it.
All right. We all love you. Keep listening to States of Crime. I'm Lachelle. This is Ryan. You're Ryan. Say goodbye.
I'm Ryan. Wait. What's next week?
Shit, what's next week?
Alabama, Alaska, Arizona, California? I don't know my states.
It's Arkansas.
Arkansas.
We're going to be doing Arkansas next
shit.
week. Another state I know literally nothing about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you give us a little hint of what's to come?
A serial killer, a missing person, and a stupid person.
Stupid criminal.
Yeah, aka a stupid person.
Okay.
Criminals are people too, okay?
No, they're not. Nope. All right, so thanks for listening to States of Crime. This has been Ryan Patrick and Lachelle Van
Wave. Van Wave. And we will see you guys next week with Arkansas. Please remember to
subscribe to us on YouTube and all social media platforms. Thank you so much. Tell a friend. And
mostly
retweet.
just tell your friends.
Just tell your friends.
How funny we are.
Tell them in person, though. We're all about old school.
Yeah, in person. Don't email them. Don't text them.
Don't tweet them.
You know what? Go out to lunch.
Go out to
have
lunch.
Some coffee,
say, hey, listen, let me tell you about this amazing podcast.
Listen to this podcast, dude.
Yeah. And you know what? Tell them, listen to this podcast or I'm going to fucking kill you.
Yeah, tell them you're going to kill them.
Yeah.
And then end up on our podcast.
Yeah. Because eventually we're going to run out of stuff, talk about.
I don't think so.
Well,
I'm a talker. I can talk for days.
True. But I mean, if we kept going for the next 50 years, we kept recycling through all the states.
Yeah, but you know what? Each state will recycle serial killers.
Oh, that's true. There'd be new ones more and more. Yeah.
Yeah, so they come as we do.
So thanks for listening, and maybe you will be the next subject of our podcast.
See you next time.
All right. Bye.